This podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there in the ministry? What's going on Make Tell? What's going on out there, gentlemen? Welcome to KDR, aka Kendall Rican Podcast. I'm right here in the Pacific Northwest, just podcasting it up all across the world, literally. If this is your first time here, I'll do that little intro, and I'm about to get in, a little discussion here for the last 30 minutes or so. So no further ado, let's start with the intro. Here we go, gentlemen.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
Because I respect Kendall Rican. I do. Oh, he's simping for some pussy, bitches. I'll be a simp all day. Fuck you. Oh, he's simping for some pussy, bitches. I'll be a simp all day. Fuck you. Because I respect Kendall Rican. I do. Oh, he's simping for some pussy, bitches. I'll be a simp all day. Fuck you. Because I respect Kendall Rican. I do.
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the shit show it is tonight. Just bear with me one second out here.
Simping for some pussy.
Welcome, gentlemen. I want to be honest with you folks out here tonight. Gonna be honest. I worked as a mule for the last 14 days straight up and stuff like that. And, I smoke a bowl of weed. I got 2 beers left and stuff like that. And then tomorrow I'll go back to the grind, right? So, and this is my story for today. I came to realization, at least for the last, believe it or not, I say 15 to 20 years ago, that when I go to sleep, I say 85% of my thoughts and stuff like that I want to do, it was erased. That's why now I got those shock boards that you write on your fridge with those magic marker erasers and stuff like that. And I'm trying to remember things that I need to do or at the time was thinking about, right? And just bear with me. I'm a single man. My kids are grown. I live by myself. I conduct my own business. So I do a lot of driving. and a lot of stops. And I'm not a trucker. I'm not anything like that. I'm just a contractor for different companies and shit like that. But that doesn't mean that I listen to other men talking stuff. Because I do. I really do. I don't watch telly that much. I don't watch Netflix at all. And stuff like that. I don't. For most part, I live a solitude life. I don't communicate with a lot of people. I don't. And when I do communicate with people, it's via the telephone, meaning my parents living in Puerto Rico, my sister living in Colorado, my son living down the streets and stuff, but it's over the phone and stuff like that. So there's not too much what I call it physical communication. Yes, when I conduct my business, I do talk to people, but that doesn't mean that it's my people. You know what I mean? So when I drive, I like to listen to all kinds of shit. I really do. I can go heavy metal. I can go reggae. I can go salsa. I can go classical. I can go to podcasts, hip hop, shit, all kinds of stuff. That whatever is in my mind during that day that I'm trying to conduct my own business, and I want to listen to my car in the car. That's what I do. So I'm listening to the podcast with Joe Rogan and Cat Williams. It came out today, stuff like that. Joe Rogan got the new contract where he can be distributed in different platforms and stuff like that. You can listen to the whole 3 hours of podcasts and stuff like that, besides Spotify. And you got to bear with me. I'm driving. I'm chopping the things up, because I drive. I got to go to establishment, do this thing in the establishment, come back to my car, do the establishment, do this, so on and so forth, right? Meanwhile, I'm driving and I'm having a a understanding, or trying to understand what was the whole podcast about. But it chops it up in my I did not listen to the 3 hours, and because these podcasts are kind of long and shit like that, right? But I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to the whole thing, right? But it wasn't consistently. I had to chop it out because I had to do shit. But I went back and I listened back, and I go to the establishment and I go listen to another 30 minutes, and I go here and I gotta listen to another 30 minutes, and I go back and forth, right? Right? And I was very confused by the podcast until tonight. Joe, he's Joe. He trying to understand people. He want people to express himself. With Cat, it was a whole different beast when he went out there in a podcast. He was. When I listen to this stuff they were talking about, I can relate because I'm a student of history. They talk about the pyramids. They talk about the Anunnakis. Especially when he got me with the Anunnakis, because I know the story about the Anunnakis in Iraq and stuff like that, you know? Somalitarian. All this stuff, right? And they chopping it up. They're not really discussing about this stuff, but Cap, he brought a little bit of perspective what the whole parents about, or different things and stuff, you know, which I always believe this stuff, you know, not. And when I mean this stuff, it's supposed to be like the pyramids in Egypt. It's supposed to be like an energy source. How they came to the energy source, I do not know. But I did a correlation many years ago. Why so many countries on a global scale got pyramids? And there's pyramids everywhere. From Asia to Mexico to United States to Canada. There's pyramids everywhere. What was the source? What influenced the world to build these pyramids on a global scale? That was my thought in years. I'm glad that I'm able to listen to this gentleman trying to have a understanding. Because me myself, I was wondering this shit for many years, like I said previously, and I thought to myself, am I the only crazy motherfucker who can correlate what pyramids is in Peru or Mexico or Thailand or in China or in Japan or what, you know? Am I the only fucking crazy nut who believed this? What took place at that time, there was so, how can I phrase this? In coordination. And I'm listening. And I'm listening, and I thought to myself, well, guess what? Kendall Rican, you're not the only one who thinks this way. Now, did I say that I know the solution? How it took place, how it went down, no, I don't have no iota. But it's there. It's physically there. All across the world. How the pyramids from this point to that point, and they connected to that point, and this point crossed to that point, from the moon to this, you know, and so on and so forth. Genius mind came together and created this algorithm with the pyramids, and it was so coordinated in each angle that it just mind baffle your mind. And then when it came down to the Anunnakis, right? It's the tablets are there. They're there. To me, in my point of view, all right? Open mind. That's the whole podcast is about. Open mind. And they talk about digging for gold, and they talk about this, and I knew this stuff for many years. When they talk about this shit, right, at least I don't feel crazy. If you mention anybody out here, Samaria, Iraq, the Anunnakis, you know, they don't have no iota what the fuck you talking about. They think you crazy. The tablets, they think you're nuts. I go further. See, they kind of mention the Nazis, but I'm going to give you the truth about these Nazis. The Nazis, the German Nazis, because this is fact. Before the war started, the Nazis was built with scientists, right? They went different places across the world to learn the secrets. In different tablets from Asia. The Nazis went to Asia out there. They went to Africa. Learning the secret. The Asian secret. They sure did. Traveling. Digging in the tablets. Digging in the and things with different interpreters that learned everything before they went to any war. Because they thought they learned the secret. But at the same time, they came with a secret for humanity and destruction of it, which was the nuclear bomb. The German Nazi found the recipe for it because they went and traveled and discovered different tablets, different things in different parts of the world. It's a true story. It's written. It's written. It's there. See, they didn't want to get in the podcast. I was like, come on. Okay, we talking about the Anunnakis. Okay, we talking about this. We talking about the... Come on. Bring the Nazi. They just bring a little bit of Nazi and they just shut the fuck up. And what happened? They thought, the Nazis thought they had the secret to the sauce, but they miscalculated. And what happened? Welcome to the USA, motherfuckers. You got the secret to the sauce. Who is waiting for you? Come over here, scientists. All you Nazi scientists, come over here, baby boy. Come over here, baby boy. What we got here? Operation Paperclip. For those who are ignorant, not ignorant, but not understanding how this thing took about after World War II, Operation Paperclip was all the Nazi scientists, they came over here because they knew the secret of the sauce. Not only they knew the secret of the sauce, they knew how to make. The German was so advanced, they got jet plane before United States. Why? True story. Do not believe me? Look it up. The Germans had the first rockets, jet planes, and shit like that before United States. Why? They learned the tablet. They learned the mathematical. They learned how this shit went about. They learned about this stuff. Then after they have a lot of knowledge, they did, but they bought more than they can chew. So after they lost all this shit, guess what? Playboy, come over here. How this jet works. No. You're not going to go to trial and be accused of audacity and genocide and stuff like that. No, we're going to let those men out there and the German betrayed and generals and stuff and shit like that. Those going to suffer that. You motherfuckers, they know the shit. We want to talk to you. Let's go on and have a little conversation out here. You Nazis, you scientists. How you learn the secret of the sauce? And that's when Operation Paperclip came about. They mentioned Joe Rogan and Cat Williams, Area 151, which I'm very familiar with that shit too. You know, let's put this in perspective. One of my best friends, still my best friend out there, he got stationed in Guantanamo, Cuba. This is before Guantanamo, Cuba burned the terrorists. Okay? Before that. And he swore to me. And he lived to this shit to this day. Right? Because Guantanamo, when you think about Guantanamo, Cuba, you think about the terrorists and shit like that. But that is a base out there. So he got stationed out there, and he used to say that's easy stuff. You know, you out there in the Caribbean, yeah. But you go to Florida, whatever, right? And he's out there at nighttime, just doing guard duty in case the Cubans trying to invade, right? And, you know, it's standard procedure type of shit, right? He told me that he saw like a sort of like a soda can go from there straight down to the ocean. And I was like, Dexter, are you fucking kidding me? No. I seen this shit with my own eyes at night. Not only once, but at least, when I was there, at least 10 times. They just went down like, and the only thing he can say like a soda can. Deep on the ocean. These men witness this shit. He's still out here. That's my buddy. We haven't talking a while, but yeah. That's my homie out there. Big D. What's up, Big D? Yeah, man. You can call it. And he told me this back in, what, 1998? This motherfucker ain't lying when he sees some crazy shit. It's not normal, right? It's not normal. Now, do I say what? I don't know what it is. He didn't know what the fuck it was, but he knows something that was like, looked like this, and he just went down to the bottom. The universe is very complex, you know. It is. It's very complex. If you're trying to figure out shit, you will go nuts. You will go nuts. If you're trying to figure out everything, how everything applies to this, no, you will go fucking nuts. I don't even try. But what I try to do is trying to collect the dots. And whatever these dots collect in my subconscious mind, it makes sense. If it doesn't make any sense, so fuck it. It don't make no sense to me. So doesn't, and I eliminate it from my thinking. You know? Well, I encourage you fellas out there, don't listen to me or whatever. Each man can make their own decision and stuff like that. But check out the Joe Rogan and Cat Williams podcast. I find it very unique, very interesting. I sure did. And it brought me a little bit of sanity. It did. It brought me a little bit of sanity because then I'm thinking to myself, I'm not the only one who thinks this way. And that's very comforting for me. To be honest, it's comforting. It's not a validation. It's just comforting. But if you ask these folks out here, these most of these folks out here, they don't even know. They haven't traveled anywhere. I mean, they haven't been any places. They don't even know a second language. They don't know. They don't even know the fucking capital they live at. They don't know anything. They really don't. I was reading like 70% of the Gen Z, they didn't know who is the vice president. The name. who can blame them? I'd rather not know. They know that fucking whore. He sometimes better not knowing who the vice president is. You know, he was not in there. Yeah, hey, this bitch. Hey, I don't know who this bitch is. Do you know Kamara? What? Hey, Camaro? No, Kamala. Kamala who? Is it Camaro or what? I don't know who this vice president is. Good for them. Good for them. But anyway, gentlemen. Oh, hell. Anyway, gentlemen. Like I always say, peace. Stay MGTOW. I'll definitely catch you next podcast, live stream, or video. Let the universe be with you.